Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Ify Space. See, I've not been very consistent. Apologies, but oh my god, a lot has happened. It's been so busy, like keeping up has been really difficult. But I'm a little bit active on TikTok. Well, not really active on TikTok, but at least I post once in a while on TikTok. So today's video basically is about institutions in Malta, higher institutions in Malta. I feel like for the past couple of months now, there's been a lot of I don't want to say noise out there, or but there's been a lot of attack, so to speak, on higher institutions in Malta. Like, first of all, it was about private institutions not being recognized, and then now IEU, that's the name of the university, in quotes, whose license got revoked in the past week. Right. So to be honest, this particular school, let's say I'm not surprised. I've gotten tons of emails, a lot of people commenting on previous YouTube videos asking about the school to see if it is legit and all of that. And most times, not even just for IEU, schools generally, a lot of people will ask, is this school recognized? Is this school legit? Hope it's not scam. I'll just send them the MFHEA website where they can actually check to see licensed institutions, to check the status of their license and when it will expire, and pretty much a brief overview of even the reports that was conducted on each school. So I feel like it's no excuse if you now, after a while, you're here and then you're hearing different stories about different institutions. Okay, so this particular school, like right from the onset, as you can see from the emails here, right from the onset, I would always mention to people, see, if you want to check the validity of this, if the school is licensed, just check here. In fact, in one instance, I actually told them, I said, see, I don't know anything about the school, and as far as I know, it is not recognized. This person went on to reach out to the school and sent me like a very long report of what the school had mentioned, that they have a temporary license that is being reviewed. I just kept quiet because, to be honest, at the end of the day, it's up to you to make your own decisions. You understand? So I really feel sad for a lot of people who are falling victim of this school. Like this particular IEU school, they did not have license they've never had any license, and at some point they gave them a temporary license, and a lot of people were deceived and enrolled at this school. And now, at the moment, what is happening is that their license, the temporary license they had, has been revoked. Most students are being asked to go back to their country. People are just, in different situations. Some people, I even heard that the school actually held back their passports and their documents after they arrived. A lot of stories have just been going on, and it's actually really sad. I really feel bad. But thankfully, just a couple of days ago, I seen that a particular school, I don't even know what they are called now. Is it NICS? A school, a college in Malta, a new college. I've never heard of this college before, to be very honest. But that's why you need to even still do your homework, or to be sure that they are actually, I don't want to say accredited. Some schools might be accredited, but are just here temporarily. Like this IEU school, they came about as a result of the Ukrainian war going on, and that's why they established that institution here in Malta. So I don't know about this new school, but they are offering scholarships to students who are stranded here in Malta. So if you are if you are currently in that situation, I'm sure you have seen it on the news, so just do reach out and see how you can avail yourself of the opportunity. So today I'll just be going very quickly, I'll be going through tips and, let's say, 5 tips that you need to bear in mind when you are looking to enroll in a school in Malta. So let me just sit down. I'll continue the video. Number one, accreditation and license status. I feel like this is not negotiable. See, look it up. We have a website where you can check for accredited institutions. There's MFHEA. On this website, you can check for accredited institutions, as you can see here, right? So you can check for accredited institutions to see where their license, how long their license is valid for. For some of them, you will see that, the license is valid till maybe 2026. I'm sorry, in that case, just hold on. I feel like it's not like the school is bad. It could be that obviously they would renew their licenses, but you don't want to be caught in between, right? So just look for a school that has longer validity Do you understand? Especially if it is a new school that perhaps they just issued their first license in maybe 2021 and it's ending 2026. That's such a short period to kind of, let's say, rely on such a school because anything can happen, especially for schools that do not have like affiliates outside Malta. So look out for their validity, see if the license is valid, expired, revoked, because licenses can actually get revoked as well. Especially new schools. See if it's a school that has been existing for a very long time, that has like very good proven track record, fine. But new schools, be very careful because I hear of a lot of schools these days and I'm like, where did this one spring up from? So check it out, check their license, check the last reports that MFHEA gave. See, you could even actually see areas of improvement that must have been mentioned in the report. An institution might actually be accredited. However, a particular course is not accredited. I have a school that I am partnered with. A few of their courses isn't still going on with undergoing accreditation, so it is not accredited yet. So yes, the school might be accredited, but the course might not be accredited, and in the nearest future, that course might just be cancelled. So also take note of that when checking for accreditation status. We have only 3 self-accrediting universities in Malta. These institutions will not undergo any temporary license or they don't undergo all of this review regularly from MFHA because they are self-accredited. We have University of Malta, we have MCAST, and then we have ITS. I am partnered with ITS, so but then their application is only open once a year for international students. So these 3 schools are self-accredited. Every other school in Malta, every other institution in Malta, no matter how long they've been in Malta, do undergo this review every now and then because they consider them private institutions. So number 2, actually, I think I need to remove my shades for this for all of you out there that are always looking for cheap schools. Number 2 pointer is look out for the schools that, will I say, compare the tuition fee that they are offering with perhaps national average of what other schools will charge. This particular school called IEU, oh my gosh, their school fee is, because I had a couple of people send their offer letters, like their admission letters, as you can see. See, most of the time, all these schools are very suspicious. They have very low tuition fees so that they would use it to entice international students. Like this school, imagine enrolling for a program in medicine, and you're paying 3,500 euros. Really? Like, come on. Like, so, compare it with, I'm not saying you should compare with University of Malta, but University of Malta, going for medicine in University of Malta, you're paying about 25,000 euros, thereabout, but just let it be very realistic and reasonable. The catch should not be, oh, it's a cheap school. There are a lot of schools that I'm able to partner with that do give like discounts here and there, but I would actually say that the original price, for example, might be 10,000 euros and they're giving like 3,500 euros discount. That's fair. In terms of funding as well, one thing that you need to take note of is their refund policy. Check through their refund policy. Some schools actually do not offer full refund, or they do not even mention anything about refund on the offer. So actually check that with them, because at this particular school, I hear they are not going to refund there will be no refund of school fee. I even heard that a few students whose visa got denied, they have tried to see how they can get their refund, but they've not gotten their refund till date. Some have been waiting for 1 year, 2 years now, and they've not gotten any refund. So these are the kind of things that you need to look out for. Let them spell it out. The truth of the matter is that some schools might just write anything, because at the end of the day, will you start undergoing lawsuits to take them to court if they do not refund you and all of that? So just take note of all this, because some schools will not even, I'm not even talking about IEU now, any institution at all, their refund policy must be very clear. Number 3 point that you need to take note of is research the school's past record. Go online, see. We are blessed now in this day and age. There's nothing you cannot find online. You would always hear someone's story and learn from someone's experience. No matter what, even though it is a new school, I need to see what people are saying about the school, especially from a student's perspective. Because when you go on the school's website, you will see everything. They will tell you everything that you want to hear, right? So research the school, go on the school's website, still check everything that you need to check. If it is, they'll talk about their staff, how qualified their staff are, who exactly is teaching, the kind of facilities they have and all of that. What are students complaining about? Is it a deal breaker for you? Then just move. Because this particular school, for example, I'm sure people would have spoken about it in the past, but still, maybe you did not do your research well and you still fell victim of this kind of school. It might be a new school, they might not have no alumni network. I would say it's a risk, to be honest. That's why I really do not like very new schools I don't know, I'm not comfortable with very new schools because I want to see a school where people have graduated in the past and I want to hear what they have to say. In terms of graduation, in terms of what happens after school, even, have you gone to a place and then you presented the certificate and people are like, no, this school is cancelled. Have you actually used this particular certificate to enroll for further education in other countries? Right. Don't just believe whatever you see from, the school's website. So number 4, check for partnerships and affiliations. Reputable schools would have like affiliations in different countries. I have a particular school, they have affiliations in several countries, Dubai, several places in Europe and all of that. In the UK as well, some of their programs are even run by universities in Europe. Some schools are partnered with as well. They do not even issue the certification. Do you understand? The certification is perhaps from a university in the UK. So I think there's Middlesex, there's University of Wolverhampton, there is University of Bournemouth. We are covered regardless of what happens in Malta. I think all my schools are size 1. They have very strong affiliations with universities in other countries. So when you even get your certificate, some of my schools, not all, when you even get like your certificate, you see that it is issued by this particular university, not necessarily the college here in Malta. I'll give an example. Middlesex University used to be in Malta. However, they are no more in Malta. They have been taken over by another school. Right. So the fact that, you were in that particular university at some point in Malta does not mean that, the school is no more and all, because you can still refer to, the certificate will still be valid in the future because the school is still, let's say, very established in the UK. So that kind of thing. So check for partnerships, check for affiliations. A school cannot just spring up from nowhere and then you are just running, you are excited to enroll at the school and all, So check for strong partnership, check about graduation, what happens after graduation. Is the certificate going to be very recognized abroad in different countries? So that is why going for a school that has very strong partnership matters a lot. You want to be able to present it in any country where you are. Because, you might be in Malta today, you might be doing well, you might be accepted in Malta, but you don't know what would happen in the future. Number 5 and the last, very important, inspect the school. Yes, you might not be here, you can inspect it virtually. A lot of schools will just post up maybe a picture, image, or videos of how the school supposedly looks, or even facilities that they claim they have facilities and those facilities do not exist and all. Go online, check it yourself. Let me tell you what I did in terms of IEU, and that was when I knew that it was a red flag. A lot of people kept asking me about IEU and I had never heard about them before. I went online on Google Maps because you can see street view, check the map view and see how it is, because I was very, very wary of the fact that when I looked up this school at the time, I was wondering, I said, is this an apartment or what exactly is this? Because it didn't look like how a school should look like. It was almost as if it was a 3-bedroom flat they were using. It was in a block of flats, residential. They were like residential flats above and all. I'm like, are you sure this school does exist at all? I don't understand how you would be studying medicine. Because and funny enough, the annoying thing about this school is they had like all these very high-flying courses in quotes. They had medicine, nursing and all. So how will I be coming here to study medicine and this kind of courses in this kind of apartments, so to speak? So look it up, because that would it will give you an indication of what exactly the school stands for. If they do not care about infrastructure, I don't know what else to say. Don't believe agents. Agents will say everything they want to say. See, some agents, they just want to be partnered with schools that will give them the highest commission. They really do not care what is being taught or, how credible the certification will be and all of that. So you need to be very careful, because agents are very, very deceptive. I'm sorry, it looks like I'm shading myself. Agents will sell you anything that they want to sell. So far, they are getting very good commission from the school. You know, I've seen a couple of people who would come here to study courses that are very irrelevant, or courses that has no, let's say, graduate employer. I mean, courses that you cannot, what's the word now? After the course, you would not find a good job in that particular field. Or maybe there would have been an opportunity to study something more viable, you know, but you're now giving a very ridiculous course, and then you're now be struggling to complete it at the end of the day. And then most times when you want to work, employers, I mean, before they even get, I mean, for you to find a job while studying or maybe after studying, it is always good for it to be related to the course you are coming to study. So don't just go for any course. If you have experience, or you have a degree in a previous program that you are comfortable with, or that you're actually looking to pursue. For example, don't go for IT where you know that you really do not have any business or interest in IT. You will struggle. And at the end of the day, you might not even be able to work with that certificate. So what's the point? If it is business you like to do, then go for that. If it is marketing, there are a lot of courses. There are some people that, I mean, they are in healthcare, and I'm like, but you do not have flair for this. You do not intend pursuing this, but it is not their fault because the agents just sold them anything, you know. So be very careful of agents as well. Look on Google Maps for how the school looks like, and you know, just trust your instincts. To be honest, generally, I think to cap this up, trust your instincts. Don't just jump at any offer, okay? So, I mean, I'm still your plug when it comes to studying in Malta. I mean, I am affiliated with, in fact, I had to drop one school at some point because any school that I am not comfortable working with, I mean, it's not just all about me, but I am also looking out for the benefits of the student, the prospective student. Because at the end of the, I mean, I've thankfully, to the glory of God, I've brought in about over 20 students so far, you know, to different schools. And if I see that, okay, this particular school is moving in a particular way, or their ways are not straightforward, even whilst onboarding me as an agent, I don't even bother recommending it at all, because at the end of the day, all my students can always hold me accountable years to come and say, do you know that this school or this course, I've had a student who came in one of my schools, and because they didn't have enough students enrolled for this particular course, they had to merge her with another program, and for another program, and I was not happy about that. And since then, I even stopped preferring this particular school, because at the end of the day, thankfully, the program she was eventually enrolled for is something that she also wanted, but I do not like that, because I want to be, I mean, I want to, it happens everywhere. Even University of Malta, there's a particular program I was going to enroll for. They were not going to start the class if they did not meet the minimum number of students required for that course. So it's not as if it's a bad thing. I mean, it happens, right? I would not want a school running running at a loss, or operating a class for maybe 2 or 3 students, for example, right? But if it is too frequent or too often, it's not a good thing as well. So that'll be all for now. If you are looking to study in Malta, it is really lovely. I see that fresh air. By the way, it's August. It is still like peak of summer. Not necessarily peak of summer because it's not as hot anymore, but yeah, the weather is the heat is not as, I mean, it's not as intense anymore. So if you are looking to study in Malta, I am your plug. Just reach out to me. Send an email to woweffectmalta@gmail.com, or send a DM on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. So thank you. I'll see you in my next video. I hope to be consistent. I'm not even so confident of that particular line I just said, but see you in my next video. Bye.